Hey guys, it's Jaden, and The Magicians episode 5 and 6 are a doozy today. So, episode 5, we start off with, the whole crew. Harmonic convergence is on its way, 5 days away. Penny can't travel, kind of still sucks for that. And, looks like everyone's gonna die. So, here's the plan. We have to move the moon. That's what Zelda said. Because harmonic convergence is the alignment of celestial beings all being at a certain point that it all just comes out like, woo, I know it's a really bad explanation, but that's simplistic. If you don't, refer to Legend of Korra. Then, essentially, we get introduced to these weird people named the Lunatics, who happen to be the worshippers of the moon, because, of course, the moon is also like a magical being, because why not? And the Lunatics are basically those people who obviously are insane, but they're really, when they're insane, they're worshiping the moon in their most basest sense of the word. Whatever. The main story is that Lunatics are still crazy people. So Penny, Julia, Josh, Alice, and Margot all have to sit there and stay up for 5 days straight to get moon brain, basically extreme sleep deprivation with no magic, because they need that in order to cast a spell. And also need a piece of the moon, the actual piece of the moon, to actually get it to listen to what they actually want. Meanwhile, Katie and Zelda are on a trip to sit there and find the repository they've been looking for all season long. Let's just end that real quick. So Katie and Zelda are on their track, they're looking, and Zelda really gives Katie a snap out of it moment. Basically, Katie's like, oh my gosh, what was me? Dean Hall gets stuck there because of me. And she has to be like, girl, I was stuck there for 3 years. How'd you get out? Because I stopped feeling bad for myself? He obviously, meaning Dean Fogg, has to sit there and work out some things first. Cool, let him go work that out. Still don't think we're going to see him for a while. So, find the repository. Okay, cool. Once we have the nice little snap out of it moment, we go and find the repository. We find the book. Great. All the hedges. I'm going to be honest, very anticlimactic in terms of finding it. The amount of importance that's put on. I guess there really wasn't that much importance, but you literally split her up into her own B story. So it just seemed really anticlimactic to literally just get it right there. So going back to the main crew, they're essentially trying to sit there and stop going to sleep, staying awake. Josh obviously falls asleep first. He also creates meth muffins, or we think it's meth, I don't know. But they end up finding a moon rock with basically some Elon Musk, more Jeff Bezos, egomaniacal billionaire, who's like, oh yeah, I can't wait for the harmonic convergence. Yeah, it's gonna kill a couple people, but you know what? I'm gonna make a profit. And I'm like, okay, sure, Jan. So he obviously has a thing, but he also has a moon rock, but it's warded by Mayakovsky. Wow, we're traveling all over the world. It's like a special, ain't it? So I believe Alice and Julia travel down to Breakville South to go see Mayakovsky. We don't really get to see him, but we do see his daughter, who happened to date Elon Musk in the magician's world. That's not his name, but you get the point. Wow. I really also have this whole question of, did they ever graduate school? We'll keep going. We'll come back to that because that's its own special thing. They plan a heist, love a good heist, and wow, this really just put me back on the whole point of like, Magicians is back. This is what I wanted. This is the show I've been looking for because I've been bored, senseless the entire season. So now we're going to sit there and break in to the Elon Musk house, Jeff Bezos, and we're gonna get in there. We do. We get in there and everything goes to hell. People get caught. Some people are still sleepy. Some people nod off, go somewhere else. They try and sit there and save the moon, doing their little, you know what they be doing. And the issue was, turns out Marina, pretty sure it's Marina 23. Marina 23 is the one who sent out the assassin against Katie. Marina 23 is also the person who stole the repository. Marina 23 is just being selfish and wants everything for herself. Again, not enough for the amount of time that they devoted to this storyline. Just saying Marina's behind it, not enough for me. Like, that's not enough to subvert the expectation for me. Like, But I just have to accept it because that's, I guess, it. They don't stop the moon from moving, and it breaks apart.
We're in the end game now.
Episode 6 is essentially them trying to sit there and figure out how to stop the moon from basically destroying the Earth. So what they do, they came up with this great spell. It thought it was going to be great. Katie was like, oh, I'm about to do it. All the hedges can spell cast again. We're about to, make some new things, change entropy. Yeah, it doesn't work. Turns out, though, that Elliot and Margot are in a time loop. Who would have thought? The permanence from the Time Witch's house, from Jane Chaplin, Time Witch. Wow, that's a good name. Jane Chaplin, Time Witch. Great show. Anyway, turns out that basically protected them from the time loop, so they're in it. They know what's happening. They can sit there and move around in it. So we go through a couple of sessions, and boy, am I excited, because, okay, hold on. So they all die on their first time. Yeah, so they all die. Kind of sucks. But then they wake up again. And when they woke up, when I screamed, I was so excited for a time loop. I was just like, thank God. Like, we're really giving this along. Like, Groundhog's Day, great. We're moving it. Let's go. So, other plans they tried to sit there and fix it. Penny travels without having his, psychicness. He dies. They tried to move the Earth. That doesn't work. About 10 loops in, they're still trying. They're trying harder. Doesn't work. Elliot's also feeling like the monster is knocking on the door from, the season before. And that's not really doing it for them. So they end up going on a whole bender. This is really summing up. The whole episode is really just an exploratory situation on Margot and Elliot and everyone else interacting. We do get some great interaction between Josh and Elliot, but Margot ends up getting kicked out of the loop because she gets really close. Elliot starts really being afraid of the fact that the monster was even a thing that he had to deal with. Ends up opening the door finally. And guess who it is? It's Charlton. He was one of the people that was stuck in the monster with him. Okay, sure. Charlton's like, hey, what's up? Let's actually do this. He's really a ghost, but I guess we're going to have an imaginary friend for the rest of the season. Very excited. Honestly, they could have ended the season here. Just going to say that. But, I didn't speak about them partying and break bills. They did that for a couple time loops. That was cool. They brought back Todd. Love Todd. So excited to see Todd. I don't think the show's coming back. So, nice to see him at work. The one on Netflix. Yeah, I don't think it's coming back. On his quest alone with Charlton, goes on a quest, finds some whales. Turns out whales are magicians. They've been keeping a seal on the Kraken, and the Earth has a whole mechanism to sit there and allow a time loop to happen. So he has to convince the whales to, in a nice way, because Margot tried it and that's why she got kicked out, convince the whales to open the door and let the Kraken come out so that they can actually reset the whole situation, which they end up doing. However, fixing the moon, taking out Marina, whoop-de-damn-do. Todd comes through like, yeah, but a pig said, came up to me and was like, we need to go on a quest to save Fillory. Turns out they saved the wrong world, and I guess that's going to be the rest of the season. I'm going to be completely honest. They really could have ended it here. Like, would it have been a satisfying season? No. But these have been the best episodes by far. Best episodes by far this season. You see how my demeanor has perked up? Because the other ones were boring. But wow. We have gone... I truly thought when the door was opening... Oh, I have so many thoughts. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so we've gone through so much. We really went through a lot of slow breathing. We met the Dark King. We messed around in Fillory just a little bit. Thank God everyone's basically going back to Fillory. Really wish Penny had us traveling. I'm just going to say it. I don't know if they're going to find a way for him to get it back. I don't know if we're going to use one of the kids as a taxi, but we need to go get one of the new kids because the clock's not working, obviously. So... oh my gosh, it just was so good. This is the Magicians I love. I love fast pace. I love interesting. I love, I love emotions like the next person. I'm a good crier, but the amount of things that we actually got to sit there and do in this episode, the amount of people, the amount of callbacks, we got to see the Horrormancer from before, really got to mess with Marina, got to see that. I truly thought we were about to have Quentin Coldwater come back, because you know they've been doing it all season long. So I was like, it wouldn't be if the actor came back. Like, well, was I surprised? Nope. But that would have been a nice call. That would have been the perfect time for Quentin to call back. I truly thought like he was about to have some type of Elliot, love me, or whatever. You know, get all the Elliot Quinn stands, you know, out their way. But truly, I think the show, obviously we're going to go through a nice fillery arc. We're really going to sit there and try and sit there and figure out what's going on with Fillery. I think it has to do with the Takers, who I think the Takers are really fairies. It doesn't makes a lot of sense. Maybe or maybe not the Dark King being behind it. It seems like the show tried to sit there and say the Dark King's not behind it, which if he's not behind it, I would not have an issue with it, but it just seems a little Scooby-Doo. As in, like, we've probably seen this character who really did it once, but all of a sudden we're going to pull the mask off and it's Dean, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just really enjoyed this episode, though. I just think this is one of the best ones we've had in a long time, and I really do hope the rest of the season from here actually is on this level, this caliber. In the trailer for the next episode, they were talking about how basically this is kind of just an issue because Fillery doesn't have a god, which is a good point. Fillery doesn't have a god. So you would have thought that one of those selfish asses, you know, who were up there or being gods would have been like, hey, okay, well, let's switch it up. I don't know. Maybe we'll have the binder come back. I don't know. I don't really know where the season goes from here except to say Fillery. It seems like we're getting Todd for a little bit, so like I said, don't think his show is coming back. Just no offense. Let's look. Let's see. I take that back. I guess he had time to just come back and let us know what's happening. That's good. Okay. Well, yeah, that's that. Anyway, tell me your thoughts about this show. I really want to know what y'all's thoughts are. Where do we think the season's going to go from here? I love these episodes. Really hope it stays on this high. I hit myself in the mouth and that really hurt. Really want to stay on this high. I don't really want to go anywhere different. Let's stay at this level. Let's stay at this caliber. Let's not move. But anyway, let me know. Follow me on the socials and the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Really would love it if you subscribe because I really could use y'all. Yeah. Anyway, bye.